All right, you're welcome back. Welcome back. So let's go straight to the gist. All right. So yesterday's um live stream is already on YouTube, the full video. So just in case you miss out, you want to go back and catch up, and that's what we'll do this season. We want to give everybody equal opportunity to learn something. All right. So that even if you come much later, we can refer you to where you can get the previous, because if you get the complete gist, you're more likely to get the results, right? But if you just, I don't do half measures. That's why those who missed today can always catch it up. Is that okay? Hello, happy new, who is that? Sheikh Bishay, is that the pronunciation? Happy new year, good to see you. You're welcome. You're welcome. So if you're just joining, please type in the comment section ready so that I will be sure. Sheila, you change your name. Come on, man. Why you guys are changing your name like this? All right. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right, everybody. So please, if you're ready for today's episode, type in the comment section ready, right? But make sure you're tapping on your screen, share the live, and don't forget to drop a heart me, right? So the stronger the platform, the better for everybody. Is that okay? All right. So today's episode 2 of our season. And remember, this season is why are you not pregnant? Right? This year, you carry your own bundle of joy. I guarantee you will. Why are you not pregnant? Is the season. So today we are talking about why trying is not the same thing as trying right. Good evening, Christy Label. Why trying is not the same thing as trying right. Right? You know, yesterday we asked the question, a very honest question. Good evening, Nurse Princess. Good to see you. You're welcome. We asked a very honest question yesterday. Why are you not pregnant? Or you can personalize it. Why am I not pregnant? Right? And that's a very honest question for those who are trying to conceive sincerely, right? You know, when you ask anybody or when you ask yourself that question, the quickest thing that comes to your mind, say, but we've been trying. We've been trying, right? And the few sentences in fertility medicine that are said with more confidence, and usually those sentences are even more understood more than this one that we have been trying, um, will be things that portray the trying to be effort, trying to be consistency, yeah, trying to sound like a commitment, which is good. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The truth of the matter is this: trying does not automatically means that you're trying right. And that's where a lot of young couples, that's where a lot of their problem is, right? That's where a lot of their problem is. Are you trying right? Ask yourself the question and be sincere about it. Are you trying right? All right, we'll get to your questions later. So let's talk a little, right? Let's deal with this topic, right? So when we get to the Q&A, I'll answer all your questions, and I'm sure it will serve, right? So trying is not the same thing as trying right. So I want you to ask yourself the question: if you are still not pregnant, are you trying right? You know, many couples lose precious time they lose emotional energy and hope because pregnancy looks impossible to them. It is not impossible. The reason why they are losing hope is actually because their effort is misaligned with biology. But the good story is that that is why I'm here for you, right? So don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Don't pack your bags yet, right? I want to help you realign your efforts with biology so that for better reasons you can conceive naturally, or if you can't conceive naturally, we'll advise you to take assisted reproductive technology so that you don't waste your time. Right? That is why we're here, and that's why we're doing what we do. So let's continue with the question. What does trying mean? Or what does it usually mean when people say they are trying? So are you trying? Those who are trying to conceive, are you trying? Okay. So what does trying really mean? What does it mean? For most couples, trying will mean stopping contraception. Trying will mean having sex regularly. Trying will mean waiting each month, hoping it happens naturally. That is what trying will mean for some couples. But medically speaking, all that, all that stopping of contraception, having sex regularly, waiting each month, and hoping, all that you're doing is just attempting conception. Good evening, you're welcome. Good to see you. Right? Biologically, all that is not a strategy. It's not a biological strategy, right? Because fertility does not reward effort alone. So because you are trying does not mean that you'll be pregnant. No, it does not work like that. Fertility does not reward effort alone. It rewards your timing. It rewards quality. It rewards alignment. Remember, alignment to what? To biology. Otherwise, you're just doing your own thing. I have a dear friend. Who was that? Somebody asked that question yesterday and said that I think she was on contraception and she has stopped it and she's still not pregnant. Calm down. Today, your understanding will come. Is that okay? So if you're still here with me and you're understanding anything, please just type understand. And if you don't understand, just type I don't understand. And if you're just coming, don't say anything so that we will not quarrel. Right? This is the global reality. So the global reality of this trying to conceive is that most couples don't try the right way at first. More likely that is your case. Good evening, Temiku. Right? Most couples. Olaide, what do you want to say? Most couples don't try the right way at first. They are just knocking, enjoying their life, knocking right, left, center, doing the monkey style, doing the kangaroo style, crossing gutter style, all manner of style. You are just doing what they come on. It's good, but at least for your good pleasure. At least for your good pleasure, it's okay. Right? But studies across multiple regions have shown a few things, right? That only 20 to 30% of couples correctly identify their fertile window. That minimum amount, only 20 to 30% rather, of couples correctly around the world correctly identify their fertile window. So when people come here and they ask, the question I ask, do you know your fertile window? Many of whom don't know, right? And over 50% of the time, right? Over 50% of the time, the intercourse is incorrectly timed. They're just knocking, and they are knocking outside the fertile window. And you're looking for a baby. Calm down, I'll teach you. I'll teach you. You need to knock right. Oh, sorry, if you don't understand what knock is, I mean intercourse, right? Intercourse, sex. Right. The reason is because many people underestimate how narrow the fertile window is. They think that because they have regular menstruation every month, if they have sex, they should become pregnant. No, it does not work that way. It does not work that way, right? I'll answer your question in due time. A lot of people, I said, underestimate how narrow the fertile window truly is. It's narrow. It's not the whole month. It's not the whole cycle that you have your fertile window. Even in highly educated population, this discussion we're having tonight is scarce. Anyway, that's why we're having it, so that wherever you are in the world listening to me, at least is a plus to your environment. You're now educated. You see, this fertility education is it's not something you get everywhere, right? And even when you pay to go for consultation, nobody has the time to give you this kind of details. When I have a lot of people waiting for me, I'm going to be teaching you like this. I don't have that kind of time. Sometimes if your trouble is too much, you just give you one drug that will deceive you. Go for today, then you come back next time. Right? So, but again, with all the trends and things that are happening, it's actually not necessarily ignorance. It is actually lack of teaching, and that is the gap we are trying to. So, if you're just joining, you're welcome. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the heart me. If you've not dropped a heart me, you better encourage us now. Encourage us. The stronger we are, the better for people around the world. That's what I have to say. All right. So now let's look at trying to conceive versus trying to conceive right. Right? Trying to conceive versus trying to conceive right. What is the right way to try to conceive? What is the biological difference between trying and trying right? Right? So what does trying mean? What people do when they try is random effort. They put random effort. Yeah. And that's one of the things I noticed in the last season. Most people come on the live to say, "Oh, I'm trying to conceive," and blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Oh, you notice that they are not even in the same space with their partner. One is in the south, the other one is in the north. Right? Even when they are in the same space, the both of them are so busy and stressed out. So intercourse is just for some pleasure, and they wait, but adventure they conceive. Nah, not gonna work. Good evening, Assistant. So trying is random effort. Trying right is an informed precision to achieve your target. Is that okay? So this is the difference between the both of them. And I need to tell you that pregnancy is not a lottery. Right? It's not a lottery. It's not just, oh, we don't know, we don't know, we don't. Boom, it has happened. Yay! I am pregnant. No, come on, man. Even though that is what we see. Even though that's what we see, but no, that's not what it should be. Right? It is a biological appointment. Because when you try with precision, you are keeping a date with your biology, right? And it will not come to you as a surprise. It will come to you as an answered prayer and as a reward for informed effort. Because when you miss that appointment and when you miss it repeatedly, you feel like you failed. But again, I must tell you, it does not mean that you are infertile. Yesterday, I defined what infertility is. Let's take a pause. How many of us remember what infertility is? What I said yesterday, at least. How many of us can remember? 31 people, if I ask now, say, hey, I'm seeing you for the first time. Because you don't want to answer. All right. So let me not assume you are seeing me for the first time. So what did I say infertility is? Can somebody give it a shot? Yeah? Comment section, you got to be busy. Please, when you comment in the comment section, I get to see your name and I get to remember. So that's the way I connect with everybody. Yeah? All right. So while we're waiting for somebody to tell me something, what I said about infertility yesterday, not being able to conceive. No, that is not infertility. Infertility is not being, it's not. That's what it is. There's just two important elements. Oh, okay, I said it. I said when I asked the question for the 30-something people here, everybody is seeing me for the first time. So it's all right. Let me answer the question so that we'll move on. Okay, Ogochukwu is here. You're welcome, Ogochukwu. So this is what infertility is. Infertility is having unprotected sex regularly. Regularly will mean 3 times a week for the space of 12 months. If you do not get pregnant, that is infertility. And that is for those below 35 years old. So if you are less than 35 years old, having unprotected sex 3 times a week for 1 year and you are not pregnant, that is infertility. Then if you are above 35, you're having regular intercourse, which is 3 times a week, unprotected for 6 months, and you're not pregnant, that is infertility. Is that understood? So if you understood anything I just said, just type in the comment section understood so that I will know you are there. Please type. Engage in the comment section. Type understood. Right? Type understood so that I know you are there. All right. Okay. Now, the almighty fertile window. In fact, if this is the only reason why you are here tonight and you can catch it, I think you came here well, right? So please, let's tap on our screen so that we can encourage other people to see us in the FYP. Is that okay? All right. And if you are not following me yet, please, you want to follow me now, share the live. Good? Right. Let's talk about the almighty fertile window. For some people, they don't even know what it means. You don't know what it means. So I'm going to tell you what it means. And I will tell you why I call it almighty. Because that will determine whether you're going to stay childless. Okay, that is one of the reasons, not the only reason anyway. Whether you're going to stay childless or you're going to get your miracle coming soon, right? Because by June, many of you would have tested positive. Many of you, right? So it's going to happen. You know, fertility window or fertile window is the most missed opportunity in fertility. because people don't know what it is. They don't know when it is. They don't know how to calculate it. They don't know anything about it. Right? Erica, you will. And that's why you need to listen to me. Right? A woman's fertile, a woman is fertile for about 5 days before ovulation, plus the ovulation day. That is 6, right? So 6 days out of your 28 days cycle, 35 days cycle, 20 days cycle, 6 days is the fertile window. All right? It's only 6 days. It's not the complete 35 day cycle. It's not the complete 28 day cycle. Just 6 days is the fertile window. And you need to know when is those 6 days. You need to know how to calculate those 6 days. And you need to know how to utilize those 6 days. Because anything you do outside those 6 days is just for your own good pleasure. It's just for your own good pleasure. And it's not a bad thing anyway. After all, sex is food too, right? So it's not a bad thing. But we want the children, not just to be enjoying, right? Yes, you will be pregnant again, Patab, I see you. Right? Now, in statistics, based on the statistics out there, you're right, the chance of pregnancy on ovulation day. Listen. The chances of pregnancy on ovulation day is anywhere approximately, basically 20 to 30% chance on ovulation day. So you say, what is the chance that I'm going to get pregnant on that ovulation day? 20 to 30% chance. Small, right? That's why you need the window, right? But when you prepare 2 days before the ovulation, you have a higher fertility chance. Blessing, I'm praying for you. I'm always with you. You can always talk to me, all right? 2 days before the ovulation day, if you prepare, you have a higher fertility chance 2 days before the ovulation day, all right? And you have a 0 chance of getting pregnant if you are having intercourse after ovulation. 0 chance. So this information is to prepare you because you need to, right? I said earlier, whatever style you want to do is good. It's for your pleasure. Whether you snake in a monkey shadow and all those styles, it does not concern me. But when you do all that, but focus and strategically meet at the fertile window, that's when the results we're looking for, you begin to have a better chance at that result. Pretty Sandy, I see you. Yeah? Even though, anyway, most people don't know. That's why many couples will start trying after their ovulation. Ask many people today. Dr. Jody is here. Good to see you, Dr. Jody. Right? Because they don't know. Most of the time they meet is after the ovulation. And I tell you, any intercourse after ovulation is a waste of time. Remember that the egg, once it is ovulated, has 12 to 24 hours. Its availability is 12 to 24 hours. So having intercourse after that time, you're just doing your own thing. It's not going to work. So I'm sure as I'm talking now, some people are becoming more strategic, right? Right. So you become more strategic to get your results. So you want to start trying. Yeah, yeah. You don't want to start trying after ovulation. You don't want to put yourself in the place of having intercourse every weekend. What kind of timetable is that? What kind of timetable is that? Especially women, this is the career women. Now they do this thing pass. Say, no, I'm very busy. It has to be every weekend. Really? You think biology will wait for you? Is that what you think? You are a joker. It does not work like that. Biology don't wait for you. You lay ambush for biology. Anyway, that's why I'm talking to you right now. Is that okay? There are those who rely on calendar myth, but I will not go into all that. But I just say all that to say that trying without timing is like planting a seed after the rain has passed. That's what you're doing. I'll say that again, let it soak. I want this thing to pain you so that you become more strategic. You see this pregnancy this year, you go carry that belly this year. I'm telling you. It has become by force. If you don't want to move, we'll push you to do the right thing. Right? That's why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it. You would let it pain you. And all of you that, especially career women, they're saying, no, I'm not available. I'm busy. So it has to be weekend. Really, better stop that nonsense. Better stop that nonsense. Don't have that kind of time for Sunday tonic of intercourse. No time. Obey, you will conceive, right? So you have to be more strategic and understand the biology. You've got to align with biology. Otherwise, you're just doing your own thing. But if you just want to enjoy your life without becoming pregnant, no problem. Just do whatever you want to do, right? But you need to understand that biology does not wait for you, right? Who is asking this question? Kak Yala, your name is too long. If you were here, I would have used Oraimo code. No, you. First of all, I hate the word abortion, and I don't like people who abort, unless you have some medical reasons to abort, right? Unless, or it is a spontaneous abortion, it was outside your control. My job is to help you get pregnant. So when you talk about abortion, it triggers me, right? However, if that happens, your body needs to recalibrate and you continue with your cycle. Is that okay? All right. So where was I? Now let's talk about one or two common mistakes that couples do in this journey, right? Common mistakes. So who is ready? Type in the comment section. Ready, 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 ready. Then we shall begin. Common mistakes. Right? Ready. Oh boy. So today is a second episode. So I'm seeing a lot of questions you're asking. Some of the things you're asking, the answers are just in days to come. So you want to exercise some patience. Don't miss the live stream for anything. And if you did miss the live stream, go to YouTube, search my name, Dr. Godwin EMB. Yesterday's live stream is already there. Go and catch up so that you can understand what we're discussing today. And you can catch today's own tomorrow, right? Because nobody will have excuse this year. Say, oh, I didn't know. That's why I'm not pregnant. You know this year. Like I said, we'll force some people to become pregnant by force. By fire, by force. All right. All right. Let's talk about common mistakes. Let's talk about common mistakes, right? So, common mistake number one, right? Common mistake number one. Common mistake number one. Um, People assume that having regular periods means accurate ovulation timing. That is the wrong assumption. But you need to understand, right, that regular bleeding does not guarantee a predictable ovulation day. It does not guarantee good egg quality. It does not guarantee adequate luteal phase. So you say, oh, I'm seeing my menses every month. Therefore, you know that calculation we used to do that 14 days before the next menstrual bleeding is, yes, standard, but it's not a guarantee, right? So that is assumption and mistake that people do, because ovulation shifts. Listen, I'm trying to stress it. I want to press this information in you so that you don't forget it. Because if you miss me here, anyway, if you miss me here, you go to the clinic and pay money so that they will not even tell you what I'm telling you. All right. So you don't want to miss me now. They don't want to miss me now. So understand that ovulation can shift under stress. Let it soak. Let it soak. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Ovulation can shift. I did not say your cycle. Of course, your cycle can shift, but I'm focused on ovulation because that's where the pregnancy will come from, right? Ovulation can shift under stress. We live in a day and time where everybody is hustling. We want to make money. Under stress, constant stress. Ovulation can shift under stress. Ovulation can occur earlier or later. I told you about the standard. The standard is 14 days before the next menstrual bleeding. That's the standard. That's when we should expect normally you have your ovulation. But understand this, that it is not cast on gold like my coach Tab will say, right? It is not cast on gold. Oh, talk of the angel is here. Tabs is here. Good to see you. You're welcome, Mr. Tabs. So it's not cast on gold, right? Ovulation can occur earlier or later. Yeah. Ovulation can be absent even when you are bleeding. So it doesn't mean that because you saw your menstruation, therefore you ovulated. No, it's not always so. That is why you need to confirm. Anyway, confirm with your doctor, right? Am I ovulating? Because no ovulation, no pregnancy. Forget about it. Right? So, trying to conceive rightly. Thank you. T. Glees is here. Good to see you. You are welcome. Good to see you. Good evening. Yeah. So I said to say, trying right, requires you confirming ovulation not assuming ovulation. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. Good evening, you're welcome. So are we catching something? Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Right? Are we catching something? Are we catching something? Trying right requires confirming ovulation. Are you ovulating? The other day I was telling us how that I know somebody. You can ovulate without seeing your menstruation. And you can see menstruation without ovulating. So fertility has become a mystery. Thank you very much, Tiglis. I appreciate you seriously. Thank you very much. Mr. Taps, thank you. All right. So, trying right, don't assume ovulation. Especially, I'm talking to all these my trying to conceive women. Don't assume. Don't just sit down there and say, oh, I don't know what's going on with me. Confirm, are you ovulating? Right? I see many of your questions. You want to relax with those questions, right? You want to relax. Either you're going to wait for days to come, I'm going to explain the details, or I'll just give you the abridged version to help. Is that okay? When it's time for question and answer, send all your requests. Let's come up. But for now, let's talk. If you missed any of the episode, go to YouTube, Dr. Godwin EMD on YouTube. The full video of the live stream is there, so that nobody will give excuse that they did not learn how to get pregnant. This year, even if you don't want to get pregnant, you listen to me, you will carry belly. Right? So that's mistake number one. Mistake number one is assuming ovulation. Mistake number two is you are either over trying or you are under trying. Oh, I want to get pregnant. I want to get pregnant. So what do I do? You are try, or you're just laid back. So you're either over trying to conceive or you're under trying to conceive. So which team are you? Over trying or under trying? Who said that? Saved by grace. When it's time for question and answer, please come up. Let's talk. Right? Either you're over trying or you're under trying. More sex does not always mean better chances. You are knocking all manner of styles. Right? It's good, at least for your good pleasure. You are doing 8 rounds, 12 rounds. And we talked about rounds during Christmas, right? Right? So, but just understand that having more sex does not always mean you have better chance. Nah, because this is the catch. This is the catch. Please talk in the comment section. Ask me the question, what is the catch? Ask me. I want us to ask me. Please type in the comment section, what is the catch? Otherwise, I will leave you to. What is the catch? I said, what is the catch? Now, this is the catch. I see a lot of people bought too much. All right. Now, this is the catch. Right? Too frequent ejaculation. Right? Ejaculating too frequently can reduce sperm concentration temporarily. And that is what we call polygasmia. Right? Just imagine somebody going for 10 rounds. You knock back to back. In the end, you are just, nothing will even come out again. So what happens? Temporarily, not permanently. Temporarily, the sperm concentration will drop. Will drop. Right? That is the first thing. When you ejaculate not too often, or you have too infrequent intercourse, right, you get to miss the fertile window. Remember the fertile window I talked about? When you don't get to have intercourse frequently, or is this less frequent, you get to miss the fertile window. And again, my stray bullet is always targeted at career women. You have put a timetable that the only time I can have sex in this life is during weekends. Auntie, biology will not wait for you. So that your timetable is not going to work. Please let us tap on the screen. Let us tap on the screen. So that timetable is not going to work. So too infrequent intercourse will make you miss the fertile window. Right? So what is the medically optimal frequency for us to achieve our results? Right? Medically optimal. Anyway, like I said earlier, I've mentioned that before. Every 24 hours to 48 hours during your fertile window is the best way to go. You remember you have a 6-day fertile window, remember? If I were you, I'll concentrate all my energy in that fertile window. Because anything you do outside the fertile window is just for your good pleasure, which is good. Who say you should not enjoy your life? No, it's not me. So that you will not come and blame me. Right? But it's better to concentrate all your energy in that fertile window. It will make sense. But 24 hours to 48 hours during your fertile window is the medically optimal time or frequency for intercourse that will be effective for you. Right? So trying right is the balance between quantity with timing. That's what trying right is. You are balancing quantity with timing. How often you have intercourse and when to have intercourse. That is what trying right means. Because now your attempt at conceiving is now becoming a biological precision. All right, I know a lot of people have questions. Some say, "Oh, my fallopian tube is blocked." That you calm down, you relax. Some of you, you're in a hurry. But if you're in a hurry, I'm not for you. I'm only talking to those who are ready to go step by step, one little bit to the other little bit. That's the way. That is the way to go. All right. So I said all this under mistake number 2. And I said mistake number 2 is either you're over trying or you're under trying. Right? So if you miss the details, go to YouTube, Dr. Godwin EMB, subscribe, make sure you watch the videos. You will not miss it. And just in case you want your partner to watch it, it's on YouTube. Watch it together. Common mistake number 3. Common mistake number 3 is the worst of the problem I've seen over the years. This is ignoring the male factor while you are trying. You ignore the male factor. What is the male factor? Those of you that were here yesterday, you already know. What is the male factor? The man, the Odogu man, is the male factor, right? right? Is the male factor. And we said yesterday that male factor contributes 40 to 50% of infertility cases. So it's not, madam, go and check yourself. I don't have any problem. Oga, you occupy 50% of the problem. So if you occupy 50% and the woman occupies 50%, actually it's not 50%. The man occupies 40%, the woman occupies 40%, then the remaining 20% is idiosyncrasy. In other words, um, unexplained, right? So leave the unexplained for now. We're talking about Odogu factor. Right? The Odogu factor. Right? So you know that the man occupies the significant half of the problem. Yet many couples will spend all their time tracking ovulation meticulously as if their life depends on it. Yes, it does. But why are you not looking the other way? Why is it only this way you are concentrating on? And I keep on asking when they come say, oh, I'm trying to conceive and all that. After I finish asking you about yourself, then I'll ask, have you done semen analysis? Well, guess what? Because we get ego, we will never agree say anything is wrong with us. I know us. I know. Right? So you spend too much time tracking ovulation, too much time looking at when is my next cycle, when is my next ovulation and all that. Some go ahead, because these are the things we teach anyway. Some go ahead to adjust supplements and diet, which is good. It's part of what we're talking about, right? Some will even we even go the extra mile to adjust lifestyle, which is good. It's part of what we teach you, we ask you to do. But why are you leaving the semen analysis, the tests for semen? Why are you leaving that one out? And that's why I say, please, when we are dealing with infertility, it's not the time to fight. It's not the time to quarrel. It's not the time to tear the home apart because you're looking for a child. No, that's not the time. It's time to team up with your partner. Because more likely, when you agree together, the result is just by the door. But unfortunately, there are those who will even so much as part ways forever. And if you check, it was just for ignorance, not because anything was wrong. And when they part ways, this one went this way, this one went that way, and they're all having children all over the place with the other. So what happened here? Of course, I understand the other dynamics. Relax, I know. I've been around for a very long time, so I know. But more likely, you are making a mistake by tearing down this home. You don't want to do that. I'm a supporter of staying together, right? All right. But I said all that to say that trying to conceive right. Okay, I'll come to that. IG, very important question. I don't answer questions yet, but I'm going to answer this one. Yes, there are times where a man, and men are always notorious for this kind of statements. And then, I've had 2 children before, I have 1 child before, and 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. Yes, men are notorious for that kind of talk. But Oga, your status 2 years ago, even your status last month is not the same with your status this month, because several things affect your fertility on a daily, which is diet, stress, lifestyle, and some other things. When I get there, I'll deal with them. Right? So if your lifestyle today, it does not support fertility, but it did support 2 years ago, won't you go back and try to change what is missing? And most of the men challenge actually is actually repairable, is actually reversible. So it's not necessarily permanent unless there is some congenital or some serious medical condition. So you want to adjust, at least adjust. Let us be sure the problem is really not you. I'm saying it so that it will pain you now, so that we people will change, right? Talking about male factor, right? And I said male factor. Lisa DLD is here. And I said male factor occupies 40 to 50% of the problem, and that both partners must evaluate themselves early, right? It's not just the woman problem, it is also the man's problem. So we're not just going to be focusing on calculating ovulation, evaluating the woman. We also need to evaluate the man, right? So it's a both partners problem. Do you know that sperm quality determines fertilization? Do you know that sperm quality determines embryo development? Do you know that sperm quality determines implantation success? You say, oh, doctor, I had miscarriage. Do you know that that could be a sperm problem? Oh, doctor, I had blighted ovum. Do you know that that could be a sperm problem? So don't be stuck in your ignorance and think that because I have one child 2 years ago, therefore, thank you very much. G5 is here, right? Because I had one child 2 years ago, therefore, I should not have any problem. You've got a problem. If you want to test, please go and test, right? And that can make the whole difference in this fertility journey, right? But again, the last set of people that will understand this gist is actually my gender. So that's why I'm appealing to us, please cooperate. Let us cooperate so that this our goal before June, right? This is our goal before June. Where almost everybody tested positive will come to pass. Because if you don't cooperate, for example, I tell people, if you're always fighting, quarreling, and you're trying to conceive, you're going to try for a very long time. You will try for a very long time. Why? Because there is something your emotion does to the whole process, right? The emotion does something to the whole process. So please cooperate. Let us work together, right? Let us work together. That is common mistake number. Thank you very much, Zimango. Right. Thank you very much, Zimangwani. That is common mistake number 3. So let's go to number 4. Let's go to number 4. Common mistake number 4. Mistake people make: waiting too long before asking for help. Waiting too long. They go everywhere else. They've gone to the spiritualists. They've gone to the Babalawo house. They've gone to the river. They've gone to the forest. They've gone everywhere. Even sleep in worship houses. God can do it. Trust me. I believe in God too, But I think you need help. And God has given us the answer that can help you. Right? So it is a mistake. It is a mistake to wait too long before asking for help. because most of, like I said, most of, especially for male factor, most of your ch- challenges are actually reversible unless it's congenital or some serious condition. Then for the women, these things don't just occur automatically, right? It's a process. So you can just nip it in the bud early enough, right? And personal advice to those people who, after they get married, they say, "Oh, we want to enjoy ourselves for 5 years without having kids." I think you're a joker. Biology is not going to wait for you to enjoy yourself. They say, "Okay, now we are ready to have kids." Where is the baby, right? So if you're not ready to have kids, don't marry. Not going to be wasting people's time, right? So I said all that to say that waiting too long before asking for help is a problem, because research data actually has shown that couples often wait 2 to 5 years before seeking a fertility evaluation. Why? Because they're trying the first year. And I like what some people are doing, right? Even though I think sometimes it's too early. Some women will wait 3 months after they are married. Say, I'm not conceiving. It's good. It's better to have false alarm than to come late. Remember, that is my motto. My motto is it's better to have false alarm than to come to the clinic late. So keep complaining until you get your results, right? Keep complaining until you get your results. Right? Thank you very much, Shifa. Thank you. So some will wait 2 years, they're still trying. 5 years, they're still trying. But you're wasting time. Why not go for evaluation? Let us know exactly where the problem is, so that we will now know how to approach the problem, if there is a problem, right? If there is a problem. Because early assessment will actually improve your outcome significantly. So don't wait. So this is me telling those my friends in the DM, right? This is me talking to you. It's actually okay that you are concerned this 5 months, 6 months after marriage. It's okay. But again, we'll tell you the right thing to do. Is that okay? Do you know that age matters? Do you know that age matters when it comes to fertility? And I will say it 1 million times over. Biology will not wait for you. But as far as it has to do with fertility, biology will not wait for you. Rather, you've got to lay ambush, right? You got to lay, you got to lay ambush for biology for you to be able to get the results you're looking for. You got to lay ambush. Age matters. Why? Because fertility begins to decline after 30 years for female, and that is serious. So you've got to be intentional. You've got to be intentional. It gets worse. This fertility decline gets worse from 35 years and above, for obvious reasons. Why? Because the number of eggs a woman will ever have, she was born with it. So when that your baby girl was born, she's born with all the eggs she will ever have. They don't produce eggs like men produce sperm, right? The testicle of a man is like a very busy Chinese factory, producing, back to back, right? but but women don't produce nothing. They are born with all the eggs they will ever have. And as they begin to grow, there's a continuous geometric depletion of the number of eggs that is remaining. For example, and of course, somewhere around 1 million to 2 million eggs is what a normal woman will come with, right? But before she gets to puberty, she has lost 1/3. of that eggs. You've not even gone anywhere. 1/3 is gone. So what happens when you get to 30? You see why I encourage people. You want to marry early. Oh boy. If your marriage is for having kids, you've got to marry early. Miss Esther, thank you. Marry early. You've not even got into puberty. 1/3 out of, okay, let's say 1/3 of 1 million is gone. How many remain? From puberty, let's assume you attain puberty at 16 years. Some people are 12. Nowadays, precocious puberty, 8, less than 8. All right. So let's leave all those lower numbers. Let's go to 16. Assuming. And every month, 5 to 8 eggs develops under the influence of estrogen, follicular hormone, and all those hormones. And it's of the 8, only one will ovulate of the 8. So where did the rest go? The rest 7 degenerate and disappear from the reservoir. So just continue, do the mathematics, continue doing the maths every month. Now you are 30 years, how many has gone? So that is why the decline begins from 30 years. And it gets worse from 35. Why? Because at 35, another factor is added to the problem. Right? Egg quality begins to decline. Because the quality of egg and sperm is age dependent. So at 35, the quality of egg begins to decline. That is why the chances of fertility drops drastically when you hit 35 and above. So you don't want to waste time. And I always advise people, the time to make the decision for that pregnancy is today. Today is the time to make the decision. You want to have children? Today is the time. I don't care your age. Today is the time. That's if you want to have children anyway. All right. So I said all that to say that age matters, and female fertility begins to gradually decline from 30 years old. After 30 years old, then it becomes worsened by 35 and above. Then the decline for men begins, it's subtle, right? It's subtle for men, but it begins from 40 and above. But it's not as sharp as you will see in women. So trying right will include knowing when to escalate your care. Right? Knowing when to escalate your care. You've looked at your age, you've looked at the results, you look at where you are. Seek help. Don't just sit down one place and be doing I don't know what you're doing. All right. So these are the 4 mistakes that people make, and I want to stop at that 4 mistakes. All right. Right. Now, hold on. All these things I've said today does not include those people who have medical or some conditions that needs medical assistance. Right? So while you are trying right, also know when you need medical intervention. Because trying right is not the same thing as medical treatment. If you have a problem, you need to be treated. Right? Hold on, I've seen this fallopian blockage 1 million times already. Calm down. I'll answer you. In a few minutes, I'll start taking questions, then we'll answer you. Is that okay? Right? And this is very important. The medical treatment part of the gist is very important, because trying right does not automatically mean that you have done everything necessary. For some people, you you may need assisted reproductive technology. You may need assisted reproductive technology. So that is why part of trying right, especially for those who may need other treatment plus the IVF treatment, part of trying right would mean education. What I'm giving to you today, education. It will mean accurate timing, right? It will mean correct testing. What has been done? You know, especially those that are coming to the DM and say, "Oh, I ask you, what have you done? Let me see the results you have." And by the way, please, if you want private consultation with me, just subscribe. Tap on the subscription button. Then come. I'll walk you through. I'll walk you through from the beginning to the end, right? And you'll get what you're looking for. So accurate timing, right? Correct testing, and your lifestyle must be adjusted. Your lifestyle must be adjusted because it's not a gamble. It's not a gamble. It's biological precision. Because many couples would conceive naturally after learning how fertility actually works. And that is the testimony we've had from last year. From last year. I cannot, almost 20 now from the testimonies I have. Because all they needed was education. All they needed was awareness. All they needed was knowledge. And look at the testimonies we've had all over the place. So this year is your year. If you are trying to conceive, this year is your year. You will not miss this year. Right? You will not miss this year. Right? Now, there is the what I would call silent saboteur to your trying. Who wants to know about the silent saboteur? Talk to me in the comment section. Say I want to know. let's talk about it. Who wants to know about the silent saboteur? All your questions I will answer after the gist. I'm going to take a lot of time answering your questions, so just calm down. The silent saboteur. If I tell you, it will be shocking because very simple things. Why? And you ask yourself, why are you doing yourself like this? Why have you done yourself like this? I want to talk to you about the silent saboteur when you're trying to conceive. All right. So who is writing? By the way, if you're on my live stream, you don't write. I don't understand. Anyway, good for you. Now you can see the videos on YouTube. The live stream is on YouTube, so you can go there and watch it again. Yesterday's one is already there, so go there. Dr. Godwin EMB. Search it on YouTube. All the videos back to back are there. Today's one will be there by tomorrow, so you will not miss anything. No excuse. That's why I want to be seeing your names on the screen so that I will follow you up. I'll go to your DM. Say, why are you not pregnant? By June, by June, I will come to your DM. Why are you not pregnant? Because you will testify by force. So it has become by force. All right. So, the silent saboteur. Akua Otiwa, I see you. You're welcome. Right. Right. Yes, of course. If you want better attention, please hit the subscribe button. Right. I will give you a private consultation and it's going to help you. Is that okay? Tap the subscribe button, subscribe, then come. I'll walk you through. All right. So let's talk about the silent saboteur. Oh boy. You see, it's so simple that when I tell you, You'll be amazed at yourself. See, why am I like this? Right? Now, these are it's actually a global recognized fertility disruptors that sabotage your subscription button is go to my just go to tap on my face, my profile, or it's somewhere down here. You see subscription, tap on it, whichever one you use. All right. So number one silent saboteur. Number one silent saboteur. Number one, chronic stress. Chronic stress. Chronic stress. And where is the stress coming from? Is my friend here? Presh, are you here? Chronic stress. Like I said, we live in a day and time where everybody's hustling. Everybody is working hard to make money. Everybody is doing what they need to do. It's not bad. But sometimes that stress is jeopardizing your fertility. Right? Chronic stress. And that also includes physical stress, emotional stress, psychological stress. For the emotional, I mentioned it earlier. Couples, please don't fight. You are not helping your fertility chance. I know you need a baby. I know you want to have children and it's not coming. Well, it's not the time to fight. It's the time to team up. At least you'll be dealing with that emotional stress that can antagonize your fertility. So any of the stresses I mentioned, remove it from your life. Whether it's physical stress, emotional stress, psychological stress, or the kind of stress you are giving yourself. Because some people can worry for Africa, right? I begin to wonder, why are you worried for things that you cannot change? So you want to do something about that, right? Chronic stress, number one. The second thing, the next thing. Thank you, Princess. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, Afiza. Afiza has raised up her hand. She's the one I'm talking about. So, chronic stress, remove stress. Is that okay? The next one is poor sleep. Poor sleep. You know, we live in a day and time where everybody is online. You work remote jobs, you work 3 jobs, you work 4 jobs. Sometimes you do night shifts, permanent night shifts. Sleep. If I ask the 60-something people here, how many of us sleep 7 to 8 hours every day? Hardly would you count 4 out of 10. And that is a problem. You see why I call it silent killers? That's why it's silent killer. 7 to 8 hours especially at night. Especially the nighttime sleep. 7 to 8 hours. Quality sleep. Not the one you are sleeping. Two old women are using broom to pursue you in the dream. No, that's not the kind of sleep. Because you're actually not sleeping. So that's not the kind of sleep. Right? Quality sleep. Give yourself rest. Give yourself time to relax. Why? Because when you sleep, your body recalibrates. I don't know when I'm going to talk about this. I've talked about sleep before. I don't know when I'm going to have these people to talk about it, but I hope I create it. I create the time, right? But just know that when you sleep, You have quality sleep. You need the quantity and you need the quality. So this is what happens when you sleep. Cortisol, which has risen during the day, when you sleep, especially in the dark, cortisol goes down, melatonin goes up. And melatonin is like housekeeping, right? Your hormonal levels goes back to recalibration. Then you feel fresh. In fact, dead cells are removed, right? And every toxin that is not supposed to be in those places, especially ones you did to yourself, will also be swept off if you would have quality sleep. That's why I tell people, before trying to conceive, prepare your body 3 to 6 months first. But we're so much in a hurry. But don't worry, you will all get our results. 3 to 6 months first before trying to conceive. And let us see whether you will not get the results. Anyway, so melatonin goes up. And melatonin does something to your eggs. It protects them. It encases them. Gives them some level of protection from cortisol. Then for men, in fact, it's easy to know that hormones has recalibrated in men than in women, even though the same thing happens, right? For men, how do you know hormones have recalibrated? Have you not noticed? Women, talk to me. Women, come. Let me give you guys amebo. Who is ready for amebo this night? One small amebo. Who's ready? Is there any woman in the house? Are you ready for amebo? Come now, come closer. Right? Let me see. Nobody's ready. Oh, my amebo people know they okay. They are here. Right. So just the women, the men, close your ears. Right? Now, if you want to know that healthy, I'm talking about a healthy man. And usually I'm talking to women because they will see it in their men. If you have a healthy man, whether it is a child that is born today, right? One of the things you will notice when they sleep and as their body begin to recalibrate, testosterone levels begin to rise. It is at its peak in the early mornings. That is why you see men always have erection early in the morning. Their body has recalibrated. Testosterone is back to its level. So whatever you do with that information is up to you. Right? So we are recalibrated when we sleep. But when you have a man who doesn't rest, you have a man who is always struggling. He doesn't sleep, working on his phone, doing all this stuff. When is his body going to recalibrate? When is his body going to reboot, refire for the next day? So one of the things you want to begin to change in this your journey to fertility, in your fertility journey, is encourage your partner to sleep. Bro, sleep. Sleep. Let us sleep. Cuddle. Let us sleep. Right? Then every morning you see John Thomas jump up like this. Remember years ago when I was in youth service, right? Youth service, for those who are not in Nigeria, is a compulsory national service you do after your university education, right? So we lived in a house. So everybody, we used a central living room. So there's this particular guy, shamelessly, every morning, he would just stand up from his room. He's John Thomas. Will stand up straight like this. He will just be walking all over the place, regardless whether there are women there or there are men there. He will just carry his John Thomas, going all going everywhere. Right? You need sleep. Men need sleep. So enjoy your 7 to 8 hours. Women also need sleep. Remove stress, have quality sleep, especially in the dark. Right? Judy say, why am I joining to see doctor demonstrate? You are funny. Right? No, John Thomas is a very important part of our living, right? So, number 2 of silent saboteur to your fertility. That's number 2. Number 3. Number 3. Smoking and alcohol. Please, can you at least, if not for anything else, at least for this fertility journey, stop smoking. Stop alcohol or reduce it if you cannot stop. But smoking is a must. You must stop it. Excuse me. Stop it. Because smoking and alcohol jeopardizes or sabotage your fertility. It reduces testosterone. And low testosterone means low sperm production. Infertility. Right? That is the next one. All of you asking questions, relax now. By the time I'm done, you go ask questions and you go tired. Right? Right? The next one is weight. Obesity. Obesity. And those of you that are called lekpa, you're extremely thin. You say you want to be a model, you must fit into a pant that is like this. Too thin and obese. These two extreme. Your fertility get challenge. You will have challenge. Right? Obesity and extreme leanness. So you want to work on your weight. Work on your weight. Then there is the aspect of environmental toxin. Environmental toxin, whether the one you can control or the one you cannot control, right? But for the one you can control, you want to watch what you use on your body as creams, perspirants, deodorants, and all those stuff you put in your hair and all that, because most of them contain EDCs, endocrine disruptors, endocrine disrupting chemicals, right? And that's why you have a lot of PCOS, hormonal imbalance these days, because they must spray perfume, they must rub cream, they must. So this one is you that's going to change for yourself. Nobody's going to help you with that one. When you go to buy those things, read the content, the composition, and know whether it's going to jeopardize your fertility, right? Do it. Then there's also environmental toxin, especially preservatives that they use for food, right? You don't know what they're using to preserve food these days. So you want to be careful. You want to be careful what you eat and how because I understand that some vegetables are preserved with chemicals. You may not know, but you want to be careful. Just be careful. Then there is the other aspect of industrial toxin in everywhere. Those ones you may not really control that, but control the one that is nearest to you, right? Control the one that is nearest to you. PCOS can be managed. All right. Long story short, 15% of infertility cases globally is related to lifestyle. So that would mean that if you would adjust your lifestyle, you would have taken care of 15% of the problem. All right? That is smart. That is smart. You know, I think we should start. I think I'm already tired. So let's take some questions.